Hello again, viewers. Welcome to another exciting episode of Backstage Showcase. Once again, I'm your host, Andrew Bermudez, and today I want to showcase something that, honestly, I had forgotten even existed. Now, if you're wondering what I mean exactly about forgotten that this even existed, let me back up a little bit. Recently, I've been going through a bunch of old artwork and production documents and things like that I've had in storage for such a long time, with the idea being that I could get a lot of it scanned and digitized for application to my new portfolio website, which I am actually going to link down in the description so you can check it out there. But anyway, while I was going through this stuff, I found a bunch of old storyboards. One of these storyboards was one that I found really peculiar. I had forgotten about it until I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's right. I made this little story and it never went anywhere. And this story in particular is entitled The Incident on Boulevard 6. I don't have a lot of details regarding this film at the moment, but there are a few things that I can tell you, judging by press releases and going by memory. One thing was, this little story was created right after The Adventures of Lego Man was released. Because you see, what happened was The Adventures of Lego Man fared pretty poorly in terms of reviews online and other things like that. So the two projects I was working on at that time, Ghost Pictures and the original Alpha Team, the movie that I was working on at that time under close quarters, so I never really announced that one. Both of those were canceled because I wanted to restructure everything. And I wanted to create this series of like little mini films to release between The Adventures of Lego Man and Johnny Thunder and the Gift of the Nile. And this was going to be one of those. However, I quickly learned that you can't really have it all when it comes to something like this, especially stop motion animation. So essentially that's why this project was canceled, was because so much emphasis was being put on Johnny Thunder and the Gift of the Nile and A Very Patrick Christmas at this time that I decided it wasn't worth it. And besides, I figured the story wasn't that interesting anyway. Speaking of story, let's take a look at the storyboards now, because the entirety of the storyboards are here. So unlike, say, Forest of Fear, where the entire movie was rewritten before the storyboards could be finished, this movie, this storyboard literally is the script. So this is all the story material that I have. So here's a quick look at what happens in the story. Man leaves his driveway, driving in his car. Actually, it shouldn't say motorhome, more of like a camper is driving in the opposite direction. Both vehicles are approaching one another and then they pass by each other. And then the man says, he thought that would end it differently, didn't you? And then he crashes into a tree, and then there's a call box there. He calls up a tow truck, and then he has to take the bus because the mechanic says it's going to be a while before his car is fixed. And then there's a moral at the end. Yeah, about that moral, you see, around this time, I was really wanting to put moral lessons at the end of different films, because if you look at the script for Ghost Pictures, I have a moral at the end for that one. And if you look at the script for Black Friday, I have a moral at the end of that one. And at this time, it was really weird. I wrote these really explicit morals into these short films that I made immediately after The Adventures of Lego Man. I honestly don't really know where I wanted to go with that. I don't really remember, but I do remember I was sticking in all these morals. But the problem was they all felt too blatant. They felt like they were preaching to the audience, and that it was taking away from the story. And quite frankly, looking at the storyboard, I think the movie's over when the car crashes into the tree. I honestly could just end the film there, and it could just be a one-joke film. And with that, we conclude another episode of Backstage Showcase. This one may have been a little shorter than the more recent ones have been, but If you like this episode, be sure to check out the Backstage Showcase episode playlist on our YouTube channel where you can find all of the previous episodes. And don't forget to subscribe so you can check out even more episodes that will be released bi-weekly, so every other Saturday. We will be releasing new episodes. And also, don't forget to check out our other movies too on our YouTube channel, which you can also get updates about by subscribing. And don't forget to visit our website at mustachemaniacsfilmco.webs.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. And don't forget to also check out the rest of the network. See you next time.